Ever wonder why jealousy has such a powerful impact on our lives? We've all felt the green-eyed monster rear its head at one point or another, haven't we? And it's not a pleasant feeling. Jealousy, ladies and gentlemen, is one of the most common yet destructive emotions we humans experience. It's a cocktail of fear, insecurity, and anger, and it can wreak havoc on our relationships, our self-esteem, and our personal growth. Think about it. How many times have you found yourself comparing your life to someone else's, or feeling like you're not good enough? That's jealousy, subtly eroding your sense of self-worth. And the worst part? It can trap you in a cycle of negativity and self-doubt. But what if I told you there are ways to become immune to jealousy? Yes, you heard it right. Stay tuned as we delve into 3 strategies that can help you kick jealousy to the curb once and for all. First up, let's talk about the ego. The ego, in all its glory, is a double-edged sword. On one side, it's a driving force that propels us forward, giving us the audacity to dream big and strive for success. But flip that sword around, and you'll find a side that's not so shiny. That's where jealousy lurks, feeding off the ego's insatiable need for validation and superiority. So how does the ego play into jealousy? Well, it's quite simple. When we see someone else achieving something we desire, our ego feels threatened. It starts comparing, measuring, and more often than not, it finds us lacking. That's when jealousy creeps in, painting everything a shade of green we'd rather not see. But fear not, there's a solution. The key to taming this green-eyed monster lies in managing our ego, and it starts with self-awareness. Being aware of our ego's tricks allows us to recognize when it's trying to stir up feelings of jealousy. When we catch it in the act, we can choose to respond differently, to not let it dictate our emotions. And that brings us to humility. It's the ego's arch nemesis and our greatest ally in this battle against jealousy. Humility reminds us that we're all human, all flawed, and all on our unique journey. It teaches us to celebrate the achievements of others, rather than seeing them as a threat to our own worth. But don't get me wrong, managing your ego doesn't mean suppressing it. It's not about squashing your ambitions or dimming your shine. It's about striking a balance, a harmony between aspiring for greatness and appreciating where you are right now. It's about learning to derive your self-worth from within, rather than seeking it in the approval or envy of others. So remember, keep your ego in check. It's the first step to becoming immune to jealousy. Next on the list, self-confidence. Now, isn't it curious how often we find that those with low self-confidence tend to harbor high levels of jealousy? It's as if these 2 traits are playing a cruel tug-of-war with our emotions. But here's the good news. By understanding this correlation, we can take steps to build our self-confidence and, in the process, overcome these feelings of jealousy. So, what's the deal with self-confidence and jealousy? At its core, jealousy often stems from a place of insecurity and uncertainty about our own worth. We become jealous when we see others achieving what we fear we cannot. But remember, we all have our unique talents and abilities. It's just a matter of recognizing and appreciating them. Building self-confidence isn't a one-day affair. It's a journey of self-discovery and self-improvement. Start by setting personal goals, no matter how small they may seem. It could be as simple as waking up half an hour earlier for a morning jog, or finishing that book you've been meaning to read. Every goal you achieve will be a brick in the foundation of your self-confidence. Now, don't forget to celebrate your achievements. It's easy to overlook our victories, especially when they seem insignificant compared to others. But remember, self-confidence is about appreciating your journey, not comparing it to someone else's. So go ahead, pat yourself on the back when you reach a milestone, no matter how small it may seem. And finally, practice self-love. Be kind to yourself. Understand that it's okay to make mistakes, and it's okay to not be perfect. After all, we're only human. By embracing our imperfections, we can learn to love ourselves for who we are, not who we think we should be. Boosting your self-confidence isn't just good for you, it's a jealousy buster. By believing in ourselves and celebrating our achievements, we can replace feelings of jealousy with feelings of contentment and self-appreciation. And isn't that a much better way to live? Finally, let's discuss the power of perspective. You see, perspective is like a lens through which we view the world. The wider and clearer this lens, the more we understand and appreciate the experiences of others. This understanding is a potent antidote to jealousy. Think about it. When we narrow our focus, we only see a fragment of the whole picture. We might see someone's success, but not the hard work that went into it. We might see their happiness, but not the struggles they've overcome. This incomplete image can breed feelings of jealousy. But what happens when we broaden our perspective? We start to see the entire story. We appreciate the journey, not just the destination. We recognize the sweat, the tears, the resilience that's hidden behind every success. This understanding fosters empathy, not jealousy. And here's the best part. Adopting a broader perspective doesn't just reduce jealousy, it also fuels personal growth. By understanding the journeys of others, we can learn valuable lessons. We can draw inspiration from their resilience, their creativity, their courage. These lessons, in turn, can help us navigate our own paths. So how about shifting the lens? How about turning jealousy into a learning opportunity? How about celebrating the success of others, not begrudging it? It's all about perspective, my friends. Open your mind, embrace different perspectives, and watch jealousy fade away. So, there you have it. 3 powerful strategies to overcome the green-eyed monster that is jealousy. First, we tamed the ego, learning to put it aside and focus on the bigger picture. Second, we built a fortress of self-confidence, understanding that our worth isn't determined by others. Lastly, we discovered the advantage of perspectives, appreciating the growth and wisdom they bring. Master these, and you're well on your way to a life free from the shackles of jealousy. Until next time, stay positive and keep growing.